I hope you all had a sumptuous lunch. For the people who took pictures, please post these pics on LinkedIn and tag AmpleLogic by scanning QR code. What? So you can search AmpleLogic page on LinkedIn. It's an option. We invite all of you also to take a look on our brochure. Here, you will have the services we are offering, and on the back, you can find the current customers. We are overwhelmed to see amazing participation by delegates on the contest on the LinkedIn. And now it's time to announce our 5 contest winners. First, Mr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaid. Mr. Amgad Muhammad. Mr. Muhammad Al-Shabbat. Mr. Muhammad Sarwat. And Mr. Ahmed Abbas.
Hello, picture. Is there another fifth person? You didn't turn up?
Muhammad Shabbat, I don't know. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's Mr. Muhammad Al-Shahat, not Al-Shabbat.
You are the AmpleLogic public face in LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you all for your participation. Now we bring our first panel discussion on the very pertinent topic, which is digitalization in pharma industry, the smart digital pharma factory of tomorrow. May I request our moderator, Mr. Harry Panisel. Mr. Harry Panisel, Vice President and Corporate Quality at Ozone Group of Companies, India. Please come on the stage. أماني الطناوي, Quality and CGMP Compliance Manager, HPG, Rotabigen Pharmaceuticals. And Dr. Hani Zahran, Quality Director, HO Group. Dr. Muhammad Mustafa, QA Manager, El Andalus.
Good afternoon. Masa al Khairi. So I think from India, there's a language problem with English understanding. All the esteemed speakers and panelists, and we will start with the present panel discussion. First of my question is to Dr. Amani. How is digitalization steadily transforming the pharma industry? What do you think about it?
Okay. First of all, digitalization make easily to monitor and control the pharma industry, especially in quality issues. It make pharma industry more confidence and easily handling the quality issues. For example, when you want to implement a quality management system in your organization, in implementation according to digitalization, you can control and monitor all aspects of quality management system. It's more, you mitigate the effort than when you use implementation. You can easily control, you can easily put KPIs to measure the outputs of all aspects on your organization, in a production, in quality control labs, in microbiological labs, and in quality assurance system. You can monitor your CAPA outputs and your investigation. You assure that if you have any deviations and any risk assessment study, that you can complete your issues. For example, you put the monitor system like outputs of deviation. For example, if you have more than one deviation in alternative or in different sites, so when you put KPIs for these deviations, so you can collect the data and analyze it, and you can you can measure, and you can output with a perspective about this issue. How currency it repeated in one department, is it closed completely or not? If you implement the CAPA, is it effectively CAPA or not? So I think that it's implementation of quality management system by digitalization make this easily to control and to monitor.
Thank you, Dr. Amani. My next question is to Dr. Hani. What successful digital technologies and initiatives has your company created?
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here with the reputable team. The model or the example for my company, we can talking about the SAP system. SAP system, the old system is manual system. When receiving a consignment, the identification is done through identification label. Then the product or the consignment moved to the quarantine area, separate area, then allocated to the released store. The manual system in warehouse management system can cause wrong allocation or mix up between same batches due to personal mistake. But the electronic system or electronic SAP system, the received consignment is identified by QR code and allocated in same location. The status of the location is quarantine. Then after release, the status will be changed in the computer system as released. The status of the consignment or the product will totally controlled by a computer system, which is validated computer system. This will be save time, save money, and save a huge consumption of paper. This is one example. Another example for electronic system is environmental management system. Environmental management system in the past, we make the monitoring manually by using a data logger and manual monitoring twice a day, for example. And for the new system, the electronic data logger connected directly to the validated software. The data is automatically recorded. The frequency of recording of data is more than the manual one, because the monitoring frequency may be 15 minutes. We collect a huge data, and we have a good oversight on the temperature and the relative humidity. Also, the system supported with alarm system. Alarm system give you alarm in case of any excursion of temperature or relative humidity, and this lead to immediate action if we are in work or outside the work.
Muhammad Mustafa. How Al-Andalus successfully is navigating its journey to digital reinvention?
Yes. Hello, Assalamu alaikum jami'an. For Al-Andalus company, as Dr. Karim before at the presentation for case study for Al-Andalus company, we implement 5 or 6 projects for software implementation, and the secret for this, I told you now the secret for this success for this journey. First of all, top management support. I told you if there is no top management support to make this, nothing will happen. If there is top management support to make the decision to digital transformation, all steps will be easy. Next secret for this success is the teamwork. This team is a great team. This is a great team, really a great team to implement project like this in this small time or this limit period of time, because we have implement QMS, DMS, and SAP project, and the Empower and LIMS system, and the building management system, and also we have discussions and demos for electronic batch record. So this is the effort of the team. If there is no effort of this team, nothing will happen also. Second step, or third secret, that determine your priorities. Dr. Karim say more than one time that you can make small project or stage it for your project. Here I need to thank Mr. Mane. I told him this, he advised me from 4 years ago. I told him I need to implement QMS and DMS. He said to me, no, start for QMS implementation, and this first time for electronic software to base and go to another software. And this is good advice. Thank you. Also, he advised another advice regarding gap analysis, and Dr. Karim said during the presentation, and Mr. Mani told them before, that the gap analysis is very important, and URS established or set URS for your project is very important, because I told him our URS is ready. He told me a next advice. I remember this advice also. This URS will be not completed because our team not familiar with this software type of software. So my advice to you, if you go to implementation of this project, don't write URS and go to any company and told them I need to implement this one. This project will be completed because many changes will be happened, because you need to make gap analysis. And in this time, for example, for quality management system, we have implementation or gap analysis for about 3 months. During COVID-19, as Dr. Karim said, I need to thank one of Amberlogic team called Gotham. Now he is in Canada, but this person, when he came to make the implementation in Andalus, COVID-19, he can't fly to India again. He stayed here for 3 or 4 months. And our team came to the company at the time of COVID to make the implementation. Dr. Hani shared for this during the implementation, because this is the secret for success. Also, close supervision during implementation for this project, because you need to follow every step for implementation, because we have many obstacles during implementation or validation of this product. Give enough for such a project, because validation of such a project is very, very difficult from my point of view. If you don't know how to make the risk assessment for every module, or our team contribute in this risk assessment for every module. We have many modules for change control, for deviation, for market complaint, for vendor qualification. All these modules have to be validated, items validated. Before validation, you need to make risk assessment to this, all this of point. Also, select your team, our team leader, because team leader is important to success such project. This is enough for this point.
Thank you, Dr. Mustafa. My next question is again to Dr. Amani. What do you think the technologies play an important role to unlock the benefits to the pharmaceutical industry?
Okay, technology transfer or digitalization, as I mentioned before in my lecture, that it's opened the competitive advantage. It's a competitive advantage for the firms because it's opened a new market. Because when all the time you put KPIs, then you collect the data from these KPIs and these metrics, so you predict what's the future. So you have the step over than others, and so you can predict the market and how to enter these markets and new markets also. Another thing that when you have a complaint, as Doctor mentioned, when you have a complaint, if you have a computer system validation and you have a digitalization system in your organization, so your response is more accurate and fast, more than when you have a manual system in your organization. When there's a changes in technologies and you are on the track of technology, so it's easy to make the change and to make a traceability of the change and assessment of the implementation of this change. You can assess the consequences of this also. It's easy handling of issues. It's easy handling of quality issues, of financial issues. You can understand what's the needs of the customers and easily implement this needs. So if you design your organization like the quality by design, and you implement your digitalization system in your organization, so it's easy to enter market according to your efforts in this topic.
Thank you, Dr. Mani. How do you perceive digitalization? Like how the company cultural changes are required, or how can you bring the people of the company on a single platform that they should be really wanting to implement the digital transformation?
To change the culture inside the organization in the direction of digital transformation, the top management shall cultivate an environment that focus on the data integrity and digital transformation. All employees inside the organization shall know the importance of this change, the importance of digital transformation, and the benefits inside the organization. The benefits mean you will be on the track, you will be satisfied your customer, you will be changed to be one of top 10, for example. So, shall know the advantage of digital transformation. This will be done by creation of communication channels at all levels of the organization to increase the awareness of employees by the training, by provide the requirements for the change, and also by compliance to the guideline and regulatory requirements.
Thank you, Doctor. My next question is to Dr. Mustafa again. Is in the continuation to the same question to Dr. Hani, how digital transformation be a priority to the organizations?
Yes.
Because you might understand in this part of the globe, probably
Yes.
the digital transformation is not that big a thing today. So it is. So how do you think it becomes a priority?
Yes. Digital transformation, from my point of view, is a critical process now, and the digital transformation, I think, it differs from digitalization. Our company aim to be paperless organization, and this is digital transformation. All processes will be automated and integrated. So, as we mentioned before, this system will be integrated to have one aim, to be paperless process, to facilitate this priority, facilitate audits for export, because this is an opportunity for all companies. Also, when have regulatory requirement, this is easy. Where is the tracker, for example, for deviation? Where is the tracker for CAPA? This is priority to companies to make digital transformation, because this is the time of digital transformation, because we start industry 4.0. So again about industry 4.0, because all world go to this cycle. Because, for example, electronic invoices for the be implemented for all companies now. So all organization will be in time of implementation. When select to implement this project by myself, this is good. But I think in time not far, this will be mandatory in some way from the regulatory or authority to implement a project like this, because, as Dr. Amani said, data integrity with paper-based system, I told you from my experience, is very difficult or not trusted. Paper-based system for data integrity is not trusted.
Thank you so much, and it was a nice interaction. But this question, I think I would like to ask all three of you panelists your views on, you can say, although digital transformation, as you all told, that it is an important factor these days, regulators are going to look into the things where then they need to have a confidence in your systems. But what about the training of the people? The people who are working with you, are they ready to embrace this change? Are they ready to take this change? Or are they resistant still in the environment?
One of the points I like is resistance to people. So when you take the decision to implement such a project, people in your company will be 2 or 3 parts. One of them need to implement, yes, Dr. Raji? And some of them don't need, and some of them is afraid, I don't know from what. But when we go to implementation and go to first audit with electronic system, we will notice the difference. When we go to the audit with paper-based system, many items will be maybe missed or maybe not completed, because all companies participate here is mid-sized or large companies. So to handle all quality aspects or quality elements, this is very hard or very difficult with paper-based system. Happens in some companies, but it's difficult to make data integrity all time is implemented. This is not good for
I think we answered before, but in my opinion, to summarize this point, no digital transformation will be succeeded without commitment and involvement of employees inside the project. And this will be done by increasing of awareness and continuous transformation and data integrity.
I think the culture is important, environmental culture, awareness about digital transformation and the relation between digital transformation and the quality. Because I'm interested with the quality, and I think that it's a very important issue. And As Doctor mentioned that according to regulatory authority audits, when you have a system, for example, digital system and its integer system, so it gives you the advantage and make confidentiality, more confidentiality between you and between auditor. They become more trust about your system and your organization. And also about the trainings, yes, it's important to make awareness for the people and to train the people on these systems, because if you have the system and you don't have the people to maintain this, the system will fail you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the insight by all three of the esteemed panelists. Certainly, it is a problem, and with digital transformations, we are almost now on a verge of transforming the complete QMS system into the pharmaceutical industry. But still, resistance are there, and resistance will be there. And to be very honestly speaking, if we talk about different departments in the organization, quality, manufacturing, engineering, and human resources, probably it has been thought that the compliance or digitalization is the baby of the quality department. But then overall, it was a nice discussion wherein we have interacted with three esteemed speakers who has given us an enlighten us that the people with whom they are working are all very excited to implement the new digital transformations. And with this, we take a leave from the esteemed speakers, and thank you very much. Shukran lakum yamiya. Pardon me for my vague Arabic, but then thank you very much.